Hi everyone! Are you a perfectionist? Maybe you find yourself stuck in endless planning, or you're afraid of making mistakes, especially at work or in your relationships. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, I'm excited to share 7 lessons from the Happiness Lab podcast by Dr. Laurie Santos, with author Oliver Burkeman. These lessons are designed to help you embrace imperfection and, by doing so, make your work and personal life much happier and more fulfilling. We'll not only explore these tips, but also look at how you can apply them in real life, whether at work or at home. The first tip is simple but powerful. Just do it. Often, perfectionists get stuck in the planning phase, imagining a perfect outcome but never taking the first step. At work, this might look like waiting to start a project until it's perfect, or never starting it at all. Personally, it might mean putting off conversations or hobbies because you're not ready yet. Here's how you can apply this tip. At work, if you're managing a team, encourage a culture of progress over perfection. For example, set short deadlines for drafts or prototypes and treat them as learning experiences. In your personal life, start a project like writing or painting without worrying about the outcome. Focus on enjoying the process. Remember, action creates clarity. Starting imperfectly is better than having a perfect plan that never gets started. Tip number 2 is a game changer. Fight back against productivity pressure. In a world where we tie our worth to how much we get done, it's easy to feel like we're falling behind. But the truth is, your worth isn't defined by your to-do list. At work, learn to prioritize. Use tools like the Eisenhower matrix to categorize tasks by urgency and importance, and focus on what truly matters. Personally, allow yourself to rest without feeling guilty. For example, instead of trying to get every chore done on the weekend, take time to recharge. Sometimes doing less allows you to do what truly matters. Tip number 3 is to remember that information overload has a cost. The internet has given us endless knowledge, but sometimes trying to know it all prevents us from taking action. At work, this means limiting your research time for a project. For example, instead of spending hours gathering data for a report, give yourself a 1-hour time limit to find the most important points. In your personal life, set limits on screen time and focus on experiences, like deeply reading one book instead of skimming 5 articles. Knowledge is only powerful when it leads to action. Tip number 4, reject the urge to do everything perfectly. Oliver Burkeman calls this the beauty of casual hospitality. Aim for 80% instead of perfect. At work, this means launching a minimum viable product instead of waiting for a perfect version. For example, tech companies often release beta versions of software to gather feedback before finalizing. At home, this might look like hosting friends even if your house isn't spotless. Because what truly matters is connection, not appearances. Done is better than perfect. Connection always beats perfection. Tip number 5 is to let the future be the future. Perfectionists often worry about every possible outcome, but not every bridge needs to be crossed today. In your career, this means focusing on the next right step instead of planning every detail of your 5-year strategy. In your personal life, practice mindfulness techniques like journaling or meditation to keep yourself in the present. Let the future unfold in its own time. Focus on what you can do today. Tip number 6 is one of my favorites. Follow the reverse golden rule. Treat yourself with the kindness you'd offer a friend. Self-compassion isn't a weakness, it's a strength. At work, give yourself grace when you make mistakes. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on. At home, practice positive self-talk. Instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," try, "I'm still learning and that's okay." Kindness isn't just for others, it starts with you. The final tip, don't bring perfectionism to imperfectionism. Ironically, perfectionists can try to be perfect at letting go. Instead, embrace small steps. Whether at work or in life, set small, achievable goals. If you're trying to delegate more, start with one small task this week. If you're learning a new hobby, allow yourself to be a beginner. It's okay if you don't get it right away. Progress is made in small, imperfect steps. These 7 lessons from Dr. Laurie Santos and Oliver Burkeman remind us that life isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, learning, and growing. Whether in your work or personal life, embracing imperfection can open the door to happiness and fulfillment. If you enjoyed these tips, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more inspirational content, and share your favorite tip in the comments below. I'll be sharing more practical advice and real-world applications right here on this channel. Here's to a happier, more imperfect and joyful 2025. See you in the next video.